Well, hello my Mercurial mercenaries, here we are again. This is going to be another album playthrough. And today's album, just for a change, I think, is an album, I've never heard this album before. It's not a new album, it's an old album. This album was recorded in 1991. And I would anticipate that quite a few of you weren't born when this album was recorded. But it's by a band called Morbid Angel, alright? And the reason I'm listening to it is because it's been freshly pressed, I believe. And it's been pressed from the original tapes. And it's full dynamic range. Now, it's bragging to be full dynamic range. And I'm not sure whether that's just because it's a record, and therefore it's saying it's full dynamic range, or whether it's been pressed specifically for that reason. I would assume the latter, because it's bragging about it. This is an album called Blessed Are the Sick. Now, we've been listening, if you've been watching this channel, watching along, we've been listening to some albums here. We've listened to a bit of King Gizzard, we've listened to some Earthless, we've listened to some nice music. This isn't going to be nice. This is going to hurt. Morbid Angel, what do you guys know about them? I don't know a lot. You know, one of these days it's going to end in disaster. Maybe today is the day that we should end in disaster, as we're listening to Morbid Angel, Blessed Are the Sick. The cover of this album is a famous painting by some old painter. Used a couple of times on heavy metal albums, I think, but it's some sort of angel, can you see that? Some sort of angel octopus. An angel octopus? An angel squid, maybe, with lots of naked women flowing, and maybe that's a man. That's either a woman, or that's the singer of the 80s band Aha, Morton Harkett. You never know. If I wanted to have naked women coming out of my loins, and I had to pick a man to be coming out of my loins, I suppose you could do worse than Morton Harkett. You can still hit the notes, my mercenaries. You can still hit the notes. In fact, I listened to an Aha. Is it Aha? Aha! I listened to an Aha. Two live gigs in a row the other day on YouTube. Just listened to one, watched it rather, then put another one straight on. I love that band. Massive. Oh, wow, okay. So this is Morbid Angel, Blessed Are the Sick. And look at this, my mercenaries. It's gatefold! And we have, can you see this? I'm not going to say I assume this is Morbid Angel. This is going to be Morbid Angel. So we've got this bloke here. We'll call him... Well, we'll call him... Blondie. Call him Blondie. Got this bloke here. He's finding it quite amusing, situation. This bloke here, you think he's looking over... Oh, see that? This bloke here, you think he's looking over that way, being nonchalant. But actually, see the little glint in his eye? Still looking at the camera. And this bloke here, well, he's being very protective. See the way he's got his arms folded there, crossed. He's defensive rather. Defensive stance. Gatefold! Okay, so, Morbid Angel, Blessed Are the Sick. Would you say Blessed Are the Sick? We've got a quiz show over here called Only Connect. And there's, you have to pick your category, and there's a horned viper. People say the horned viper, but if I went on that program, I would say the horned viper. Not the horny viper, that's something different. Right, what have we got? Here it comes. Whoa. Now, is this bad, my mercenaries, that I know nothing about this band? I know of them, because I was from that era. I know of them. I know of Morbid Angel, but I've never owned anything by Morbid Angel. It tells you on the back of the album, we've got David Vincent, vocals, so perhaps we could work out which one's which here. Hang on. We've got David Vincent, vocals, bass guitar. I'm going to assume that... Who's standing at the front? Who's more front-ish? Him or him? Well, he's got his leg in front of his leg. So he's probably the singer, yeah? Bassist, right? David Vincent. We've got Trey Azagthoth. Treya Zagloff, rhythm guitar, lead guitar. We've got Richard Brunel, acoustic guitar, lead guitar, keyboards. We've got acoustic guitar on here. And we've got Pete Sandoval, drums. Which one do you reckon Pete Sandoval is? Him! 100% it's going to be this guy. He's the drummer. Yeah. Okay, right, so. What have we got here? Lyrics! Yes! We have lyrics. We have lots of writing, lots of little writing. If I run out of things to talk about, we could read all this shit here. Yeah? Looking forward to that. What do you think, my mercenaries? What do you think this is going to sound like? Oh, look at this. Side 1, not A. Can you see that? Side 1. Some sort of thing. Look at the cat hairs. Just right. Here we go, my mercenaries. Can you see me? Oh, great. I put the chair in front of the record. Hang on. That's not a good start, is it? This could be quite a journey, my mercenaries. So here we go. Blessed are the sick. Rhythmic noise. We like rhythmic noise, my mercenaries. What song is this? This is going to be intro. Intro. I'm not liking that. This is intro. See that? Side 1. Intro. It sounds a little bit like being at the dentist so far. It's no paper mache dream balloon so far. Oh, I do like noise. I do like a bit of noise. If you've watched my playthroughs, you know when a band does a bit of noise, I like it. So this is going to be Fall from Grace. That was good as breathe coffee down then. I was about to say, it's all a bit slow. It's fair. What do you call that sort of drumming? Is that blast beats? You'd know. This is the sort of music. This is the sort of music you need a knife for. I am the walrus! Oh, hang on. What's the lyrics doing here? We can join in. We can join in, my mercenaries. Fall from graves. Here we go. Where are we? Wrong side. Hang on. Where are we? Where are we, my mercenaries? It says he never says fall from grace in the lyrics. Forgive me not. This knowledge makes me strong to resurrect the cities of the damned. All the treasure of Sodom now belong to me. Celebrate! Next line. Whores long for my flesh. Whores long for my flesh and my desire. Lust anointing me now. Consume my soul. Not your soul. Admit it, perfect timing. Something tells me that they're not playing this music using a Telecaster. Is it wrong that I never grew out of the urge to air guitar? Saying that, I grew into the urge to air drum. I like his growling, death voice. There's more slow parts here than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be like a breakneck speed the entire time. I'm liking it. When I was a kid, and when I'm saying a kid, like, whatever, 16, 17, I used to go to the heavy metal clubs. And I used to watch live bands, because I came from an era where live bands used to play. That's hard to imagine around here now. But some of my, oh, blimey. So that was Fall from Grace. This must be Brainstorm now. Can't headbang like I used to. I've already cricked my neck. Friends encircle me. They speak my name in tongues. Bead of sweat dripping down already. If you can't sweat to this music, what can you sweat to, my mercenaries? I burn no way to conform. The gods are pleased with me. They speak my name in tongues. And I used to, hang out and watch live music. And some of the first bands, in fact, the first bands I used to watch were bands from around here. There was a band called Die Loud thing. And I think they were influenced by this kind of thing. And although this is a kind of American, recorded in, how do I put it? Although this is recorded in Tampa, Florida, and am I right in thinking that's the same kind of place that Cannibal Corpse ended up going because of albums like this? I can't quite remember. But there's certainly like an American pedigree with this sort of music. But you have to remember that from around here, you had that kind of, I don't know, what was it, death metal, grindcore, that kind of napalm death thing going on in Birmingham. And there was a lot of UK bands who were intent on being as heavy as they could be. And that's the sort of local music scene that I used to hang out in when I was 16. and I used to really enjoy it. And it's funny that some of these people playing this really extreme music, especially back then, although I would say that perhaps these two guys here look a little bit dickheadish. These people are the nicest blokes you can meet. And it's funny how, I mean, I used to dress in leather jackets and had the chain around my neck and the long hair. But people certainly do. I suppose your image influences people's opinions of you. And I know people were wrong, because these people who listen to this sort of stuff were the nicest people you could meet. And the people back then, you know, dressed in shirts and ties with short hair, they were cretins, idiots, prejudiced. And I suppose that still happens today. We've kind of just moved on. We've moved on a bit. We're now prejudiced about other things, the way other people look. We've moved on. Is this Rebel Lands? Track 3, Rebel Lands? Where are we? Rejoice as the blood flows. Oh, that was the final line of the song. Look there, see that? Rejoice as the blood flows. That drumming. I knew I was going to get decent drumming here. It's slower than I thought it would be, my mercenaries. This bit could also almost be Iron Maiden. This sounds like Peace of Mind era Iron Maiden. Listen to this. Fucking feet doing that. Never know how I feel about double bass drumming with your feet. I like the bands that didn't do it, like John Bonham playing. What am I trying to think of here? It's hard to think of other music when the music's playing. Good Times, Bad Times. Good Times. With a bass drum pedal, single bass drum pedal, but playing it like it's a double pedal. Nick my brain out of Iron Maiden. I do value someone who can move one foot really fast. God, it sounds like the sort of music that would play in WWE. F's with the panda, isn't it? E, when the Undertaker used to come out. And the League of Gentlemen. And you remember that comedy? Didn't that start with music like this? What are we on here? I like this. What's this? Rebel Lands. No, we've had that one. Doomsday Celebration. See that, my mercenaries? Instrumental. Who'd have thunk it? I'm liking this. It's Monty Python. No, it's strangely, if possible, it's strangely less heavy than I thought it was going to be. And I always think that's because time diminishes. Time diminishes the impact music has on you. I was only saying to someone the other day that Slayer's Rain in Blood, I can put that on now and it sounds like pop music. That's weird, isn't it? I mean, there would have been a time when someone would have put this on and they would have thought it was the heaviest thing on the planet. But it's fast. Listen to that. Funny enough, if you read along with the lyrics, you can tell what he's singing. I mean, there was a time when I thought this... I used to think this grunting was incomprehensible, but... Nazarene! Now I crown you king in pain! Suffer! This solo is by Azagthoth. They're very keen, these bands, to point out who's playing the guitar solo. If it's good, you want to take credit for it, I suppose. Yeah, there was a time when I thought this kind of music was incomprehensible. The lyrics. You know, you watch someone grunting into a mic in a sweaty club. But is it weird that I can actually, if I read the lyrics, I can definitely work out what he's singing because I'm reading it. But even if I don't read it, I'm not going to go so far as to say this sounds like pop music. But it does sound... Time diminishes impact. You can hear what he's saying. He's going to say, will is yours. But you can really hear that. See that there? He's going to say, will is yours, so creator. He's singing. My disease. All he had to say then was everlasting pain. But what he said was everlasting pain. So yeah, he's milking it a little bit. He's like a farmer in a field who only has to get a thimble of milk, but he wants to really play with that udder, and he ends up with a whole bucket. It's kind of like that. Not like that at all. There's pictures along the bottom that are very Hieronymus Bosch. See these? Cricked my neck at the very beginning. You know all the writing that I was going to read out, all this shit here. It's just thank yous. Morbid Angel collectively wish to thank. David Vincent wants to thank. Trey Asimov. Trey Azagthoth wins the battle for how many people he wants to thank. Trey Azagthoth wants to thank that many people, right? That many people, and that's Trey Azagthoth wants to thank as many people as Pete and Richard Brunel combined. Is that entirely fair? Interestingly, This is Earache Records. And I always think of Earache as being a British label. Now, I'm not sure where Earache are based. I'm probably making myself sound like a fool, but I always thought of them as being a really lo-fi, gritty. I mean, Earache are the label of like really, 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 really heavy bands, aren't they? Were Napalm Death on Earache? I would assume so. I don't know so. I am this record. Where's my pipe? Where's my pipe? I need to smoke a pipe when I'm listening to this sort of music. Oh, it didn't last long enough to really get going with the pipe, did it? Yeah, I picture Earache for the heavy bands, and there you go. It's certainly Earache's address on the bottom here is PO Box 144, Nottingham, England. So maybe I'm right. Oh, it tells me as well. It tells me as well that the cover painting is called Le Trésor de Satan by J. DeVille, 1867 to 1952. That's weird, isn't it? Someone who died in 1952 was born in 1867. It's not weird at all. But the fact that someone could be around in the 50s but have painted this in the 1800s. Look, there's a chance you're not going to join me for side 2. I understand that, but do you fancy joining me for side 2? Cricked my neck straight away, I know, like an idiot. What's on side 2? Side 1 had a weird beastie. Oh! Side 2, we didn't see this in my mercenary. Side 1 had that going on, but side 2 has just got Earache. Earache is written larger than the band name. Like I thought, Earache's important. All songs written by Morbid Angel. All songs published by Earache Songs. Yes. Should have Googled it. Should have got a bit of info about Earache. I'm going to assume they're a UK company. And I'm going to assume that Napalm Death are on that label. Don't know that for a fact. Holy shit. We're back into it, my mercenaries. Thy kingdom come. Restless mind. Well, I started saying it exactly when he did. I'm just so... Angered fury in their eyes, solemn rage and need to kill, feasting on holy hoarders. Not holy hoarders, holy hordes. Holy hoarders. What would holy hoarders be? People who collect crosses and holy water. What's in your cup? It's a bit of holy water. What's in your cupboards? Why have you got all these crosses? Because I'm a holy hoarder. Where are we? Oh, I like that. That little bit of guitar there was nice, wasn't it? I like that. Oh, I like that. Wow. If I hadn't cricked my neck at the very beginning, I'd be headbanging now. I like guitar solos. It's like Tom Morello said at Rage Against the Machine. He wanted to play guitar solos that sounded unlike anything that had come before. And I do appreciate all the squealing and all that, and all the fucking dive bombing. I mean, it's of its time. It's very Slayer. Kerry King or whatever did a lot of that, didn't he? I like the speed, the kind of blast beats, whatever you call them. I mean, to be honest, there's elements of I've been listening to a lot of King Gizzard, and there's moments on On Again Infinity or Murder of the Universe that are so fast and in their own way heavy. Imagine this. Oh, that belch, if I could have held the belch longer, it could almost have been a burst. This sort of music, right? The melodic bits with the fast beats. If you remove the vocal and had a kind of melodic singing on top, do you know what? It's not that far removed from the heaviest, fastest bits of King Gizzard. Although I can imagine a King Gizzard fan wouldn't want to give this album the time of day. And I might be wrong to say that. I think I'm probably right, but I might be wrong. It's like casting aspersions, isn't it? Being prejudiced myself. I try not to be prejudiced. Non again infinity, open the door, non again infinity. But I mean, okay, maybe it's a little bit faster than. Is that faster than Gizzard? Sure. Non again infinity, open the door, non again infinity, open the door, non again infinity. This music style was kind of created with the guttural vocals, wasn't it? Because I do think you could put a more melodic vocal on top of this and it would still be good, but it would be different. And they're trying to scare you. They're trying to create. This is trying to create a texture, a landscape of complete carnage. You've got heavy guitars, you've got frantic drums, you've got the whole thing with the lyric content. It kind of needs, I can see why it needs that just. I'm trying to work out how I'm trying to work out how heavy. What am I? I'm trying to work out how. I can't do it. And I can't edit this either. I'm trying to work out how heavy this is. What do you think on Mercenaries? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being as heavy as you can possibly be, and 1 being like Dancing Queen by ABBA. Where are you putting this on a scale from 1 to 10? It's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. Is that weird? Does that album cover look like it should be heavier? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I suppose you need to hear the heaviest thing ever to know what the 10 is. Hard to know. I'm feeling it's around a 7. What do you think? In heaviness, not in how good it is, just in heaviness. Whoops. The chair still tilts. Let me just let's have it so you can see who's playing. Yes. See them there? I know I like drumming, but being a drummer in a band like this has got to be nothing but a workout. I'll take my ring off. My ring will fly off. Not sexually. It's a lot of it's your feet though. A lot of what you think is all this shit, it's the feet doing that. So all it's doing now is that. It's a little bit of a roll there. It's doing that. It's doing that. Really fast. And then there was quiet for 5 seconds. The acoustic guitar, we knew it was coming. Oh, that's nice. Perhaps this is a song called Desolate Ways. See that on the top there? Because it says instrumental. I like that. I like that. I can imagine Richard E. Grant giving a speech to this with some wolves standing in the background. This is really nice. This is what I used to like. I used to listen to a lot of heavy metal around this sort of era. And I liked that a really heavy band would still create atmosphere. Every band around the time did this. No matter what band it was, they'd have a little acoustic interlude. That kind of wrong sounding note at the end there, I like that. This is the production of the Coasters. Good album title, the Mercurial number 6. Production of the Coasters. This is a funny one. See that? See that? Sex, mugs. Get it. Bit dusty this one. Let me wipe the dust off. Hang on. It's not funny. Maybe my favourite drink these days after coffee, because coffee is the best of all drinks. Don't disagree with me on that, it's true. Some things are just true. I shouldn't have, if I hadn't cricked my neck at the very beginning, I'd have been a bit more athletic. And I've been very, very, very busy today. Busy today. And I made the mistake of working out. Suit you, sir. Suit you, sir. Working out immediately before coming into here with this record, and I sat down just before I pressed go, and I thought, I ain't got any energy at all. I haven't even got the energy to say my own name. The is very important. The Mercurial number 6. This album's great. I recommend you listen to this album. In fact, you can listen to it and listen to me talk shit on this very channel, my mercenaries. Oh, yes. Oh, like that. This sounds like this could be the theme tune for a Saturday morning children's TV show. Bum-ba-dum. Just that beginning bit. Oh yes, this bit here. Imagine that. And next, we're gonna have He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It's only doing it on the bits about the scene. I was like, okay, right, it's right. I understand. Well, now, we've got a guitar solo now. Oh no? It's the drummer. Crick my neck though. Sorry if I'm being a little bit stilted, but cricked a neck along with feeling tired is not conducive to listening to listen to them. Oh, this sounds like League of Gentlemen again. Slight recurring theme. I liked that. I liked that. This is In Remembrance. With a really plinkety-plonkety keyboard sound. This will be the instrumental to end the album. In Remembrance. I would... Well, it's of its time, isn't it? I would change that sound. It's like on The Making of Pump by Aerosmith, the video, where Steven Tyler's got his Korg M1 and he's raving about all the sounds it can make. And you listen to it thinking, that's fine, Steven, but those sounds you're playing, they're all shit. If you haven't watched it, I recommend that video. It's on YouTube in various parts. Aerosmith, The Making of Pump. What is Steven Tyler wearing on it? That's it, my mercenaries. Whether you wanted to or not, I suppose, but we have just listened to Morbid Angel, Blessed Are the Sick. Or Blessed Are the Sick. I'm going to go for Blessed Are the Sick. Alright, I'm just going to say it that way. So there you go, my mercenaries. Make a good thumbnail for the... if only I could record that as the thumbnail for the... for the beginning. Yeah, like that. No, I need to show that I'm listening to it. I need the headphones on. Hang on. That's what I do, isn't it? We've just listened, my mercenaries, to Blessed Are the Sick by Morbid Angel from 1991. Recorded in Tampa, Florida. And like I say, I think the studio, I haven't done any research, but I think the studio that it was recorded at became really well known for like death metal, grindcore albums and stuff. And I'm making all this up because I don't know. But maybe it became famous because of this band. Was Morbid Angel one of the big ones? Probably. So, thumbnail time, right? Go like that. Hold that like that. Without the circle on it. Don't want the circle on it. Just like that. Like that. Look at the bloody circle. That's the ring light. Yeah? Oh, right. Oh, go back. Oh, there. All of that. Like that. Yeah? There. There? Yeah. Alright. There. No, there. That's it. There. Like as if I can't, as if it's horrible and it's hurting my ears, and then you'll see the shot of me and you'll think, oh my god, what's Mercurial 6? What listening to? It's so awful. I mean, I like it right here. Like that. That'll do, won't it? Something like that. I should. Anyway, my mercenaries. That was Morbid Angels, Blessed Are the Sick. I enjoyed that. That was proper old school. It sounded of its time. It sounded old. Did that sound old to you? It's because it is old. I remember back then thinking, I was listening to Iron Maiden, I listened to some heavier stuff. I had Slayer and Megadeth and Metallica and stuff, but I remember back then thinking that bands that even had that kind of logo for their band name with all the points on it, like a BC Rich Warlock, I remember thinking that's, they're too heavy. They're too heavy. But it's funny how, with the passage of time, that sounded almost like Britney Spears. It was so light. What did you think, my mercenaries? I'm going to give it... I liked it. It was above average. That was above average. I'm going to give it a 10 o'clock, my mercenaries. Morbid Angel, Blessed Are the Sick, gets 10 o'clock. Let me know down below, my mercenaries, how heavy was it on a scale of 1 to 10? And what do you give it out of a clock? Alright? It's my personal rating, o'clock. I invented it, I think. Alright? So don't let anyone else steal it. I don't want the Anthony Fantano bloke stealing it. Right? Join me for the next one, mercenaries. I'll try not to crick my neck at the very beginning of the next one. And I won't do a bit... I won't do any of that immediately before I start talking, alright? Over. No. Yeah. Over and...